The doctor closed my file, looked confused. Ms. Harper, I'm looking at your medical history. According to records from your previous psychiatrist, you have severe bipolar disorder with psychotic episodes. You've been institutionalized 3 times. You're on a court-ordered conservatorship due to mental incompetence. I stared at him. I've never been institutionalized. I don't have bipolar disorder. I've never seen a psychiatrist in my life. What are you talking about? He pulled up digital records, medical reports, psychiatric evaluations, hospital admission forms, all with my name, my date of birth, diagnoses I'd never received, treatments I'd never had. These records show. Those records are fake. I've never been to those facilities, never been diagnosed with anything. I'm a software engineer. I work full-time. I live independently. Someone falsified these. His expression changed. Who has access to your medical information? My parents. They told me they're my medical power of attorney for emergencies. Ms. Harper, according to this, they're not just your medical POA, they're your conservators, legal guardians. They control your finances, your medical decisions, everything, because you've been declared mentally incompetent. I'm Tessa Harper, 29 years old. I just discovered my parents have been telling everyone, doctors, courts, banks, that I'm severely mentally ill for 7 years to control my inheritance, my trust fund, my entire life. They fabricated a mental illness, created fake medical records, had me declared incompetent, all so they could access the $800,000 trust my grandmother left me. Want to know how far parents will go for money? This is going to be disturbing. Hit like right now if you've ever been gaslit. Drop your location. What you're about to hear is about conservatorship abuse and why Britney Spears wasn't the only one. Let me take you back 7 years when I turned 22. My grandmother died, left me a trust fund, $800,000, substantial, life-changing, with conditions. Trust conditions, accessible at age 25, managed by a trustee until then. If deemed mentally incompetent, control goes to the legal guardian. Distribution, $800,000 plus growth approximately $950,000 by age 25. When Grandma died, my parents sat me down. Your grandmother left you money, a lot of money, but there are rules, legal things. We'll help you manage everything. I was 22, grieving, overwhelmed. Okay, thank you. We need you to sign some papers, power of attorney, just temporary, so we can handle the legal stuff while you're finishing college. I signed, trusting. They were my parents, helping me. What I actually signed, medical power of attorney, permanent, not temporary, financial power of attorney, unlimited access, conservatorship petition, declaring I was mentally incompetent. I didn't read the documents carefully, trusted them. Big mistake. Age 22 to 25, the transition period. I finished college, got a job, software engineer, good salary, $75,000, lived independently, had my own apartment, normal life. But my parents were hovering constantly. How are you feeling? Are you taking your vitamins? You seem tired. Are you sleeping enough? You've been stressed. Maybe you should see someone. I wasn't stressed, wasn't tired, was completely fine, but they kept suggesting I needed help, needed medication, needed to talk to someone. I ignored it, thought they were being overprotective. Age 25, trust fund accessible. My birthday. I called the trustee. I'm 25 now. I'd like to access my grandmother's trust. Ms. Harper, I'm sorry, but you don't have access to that trust. What? Why? Because you're under conservatorship. Your parents control all financial decisions. The trust is managed by them as your legal guardians due to your mental incompetence. My what? I'm not mentally incompetent. I have a job. I live alone. According to court records filed 2 years ago, you've been diagnosed with severe bipolar disorder, with psychotic episodes. You've been deemed unable to manage your own affairs. I hung up, called my parents immediately. Mom, the trustee says you have conservatorship over me, that I'm mentally incompetent? What is he talking about? Silence. Long silence. Honey, let's talk about this in person. I met them at their house, demanded answers. My mother's eyes were red, like she'd been crying. Tessa, we didn't want to tell you this way, but you've been sick for years. You don't remember because of the episodes. What episodes? I'm not sick. I'm not sick. My father pulled out papers, medical records. These are from your psychiatrist, Dr. Richard Caldwell. He diagnosed you with bipolar disorder 3 years ago. I grabbed the papers, read them, detailed psychiatric evaluations describing manic episodes, depressive spirals, hospitalizations. None of it had happened. None of it was real. These records are fake. I've never seen Dr. Caldwell. I've never been to those facilities, never been diagnosed with anything. I'm a software engineer. I work full-time. I live independently. These are fake. My mother's voice was gentle, patronizing. Sweetheart, this is part of your condition. You don't remember the episodes. That's common with severe bipolar. The mind protects itself. Stop it. I'm not sick. You're lying. My father stood. You need help. We're trying to protect you. The trust money is safe. We're managing it for you until you're stable. I am stable. I have a job. I pay my own rent. I function perfectly. You think you do, my mother said softly. But Tessa, we've called you from police stations, from emergency rooms. You've had breakdowns. We've had to commit you 3 times. That never happened. But I was doubting myself. How could such detailed records exist? How could doctors have diagnosed me? How could courts have ruled on this? Was I sick and didn't know it? Was I delusional right now? Then I remembered. I'd never missed work, never had any gaps in memory, never had any police encounters or ER visits. My life was documented, stable, consistent. These records were lies, fabrications. But how? I hired a lawyer, showed him everything. My parents are lying. These medical records are fake. I've never been to these facilities. He reviewed the documents. These look official. Signed by licensed professionals from real hospitals. If they're fake, this is serious fraud. How do we prove it? We request your actual medical records from these facilities. See if they match what your parents have. We started requesting records. Facility 1, Riverside Psychiatric Hospital. Records request. Patient Tessa Harper, admitted March 2018. Response. No patient by that name has ever been admitted to our facility. Facility 2, Northwood Mental Health Center. Records request. Patient Tessa Harper, admitted August 2019. Response. We have no record of this patient. Facility 3, Clearwater Treatment Center. Records request. Patient Tessa Harper, admitted January 2020. Response. This patient does not exist in our system. None of the facilities had any record of me. The hospitalizations never happened. Dr. Richard Caldwell, the psychiatrist. My lawyer called his office. We're requesting patient records for Tessa Harper. I'm sorry, Dr. Caldwell doesn't have a patient by that name. But we have psychiatric evaluations signed by him. I can tell you definitively, Dr. Caldwell has never treated anyone named Tessa Harper. The evaluations were fake. Forged signatures, fabricated documents. Court conservatorship records. My lawyer pulled the court file, the conservatorship petition, filed by my parents, supported by psychiatric evaluation from Dr. Caldwell, fake, hospital admission records, fake, character statements from family friends, real, but based on lies my parents told. The judge had approved it based on fraudulent documents, but the judge wasn't at fault. My parents had submitted convincing forgeries. Financial records, where the money went. My lawyer subpoenaed the trust account, showed me statements. My grandmother's trust, original amount $800,000, current balance $124,000. Over $675,000 had been withdrawn in 7 years. Major withdrawals. 2018, $85,000. Medical expenses for Tessa's treatment. 2019, $120,000. Residential treatment facility costs. 2020, $95,000. Medication and therapy. 2021, $180,000. Intensive psychiatric care. 2022, $110,000. Ongoing treatment and support. 2023, $85,000. Medical equipment and home care. All justified as medical expenses for treatments I never received, for illnesses I never had. The money had gone to my parents to fund their lifestyle, their cars, their vacations, their home renovation. They'd stolen $675,000 by faking a mental illness, by creating false medical records, by having me declared incompetent. We filed in court. Multiple motions. Motion 1. Emergency termination of conservatorship. Evidence of fraud. Motion 2. Criminal referral. Falsifying medical records. Fraud. Theft. Motion 3. Full audit of trust account. Recover stolen funds. My parents hired lawyers, claimed I was having a lucid period but was still mentally ill, that I was being manipulated by my lawyer. The hearing. The court reviewed the evidence. My lawyer presented statements from hospitals, no record of me. Statement from Dr. Caldwell, never treated me. My employment records, 7 years of continuous work, never missing for episodes. My bank statements, stable, consistent, normal spending patterns. Character witnesses, colleagues, friends, landlord, all confirming I was completely stable. The judge turned to my parents' lawyer. Counsel, where are your client's medical records supporting continued conservatorship? Your Honor, we have the records submitted with the original petition. Those records have been proven fraudulent. The facilities deny treating this woman. The doctor denies ever seeing her. Do you have any legitimate medical evidence? Silence. No, Your Honor. The judge's face hardened. This court was deceived. Ms. Harper's parents submitted false documents to obtain conservatorship. That is fraud upon the court. Conservatorship is terminated immediately. Full autonomy restored to Ms. Harper. My parents tried to speak. The judge silenced them. I'm also referring this matter to the district attorney. Falsifying medical records is a felony. Fraud is a felony. You'll be hearing from prosecutors. Criminal charges filed against both parents. Forgery, multiple counts, fake medical records, fraud upon the court, grand theft, over $675,000, elder abuse, stealing from a trust, conspiracy. Trial, 3 months later. The evidence was overwhelming. Fake documents, financial records, testimony from medical professionals who never treated me. My parents' defense: we were trying to protect her. We thought she was sick. Prosecutor: you forged medical records, created fictional hospitalizations, stole nearly $670,000 from your trust. That's not protection. That's theft. Verdict: guilty on all counts. Sentencing: mother, 8 years state prison. Father, 10 years state prison. Primary organizer. Full restitution: $675,000 plus interest. Forfeiture of all assets to repay the theft. They sold their house, their cars, everything, to begin repaying what they stole. Total recovered so far, $420,000. Still owe $255,000 plus interest. That was 2 years ago. My parents are in prison. Separate facilities. I haven't spoken to them. Don't plan to. The conservatorship is terminated. I have full control of my life, my remaining trust money, my decisions. I've rebuilt. That $124,000 they didn't steal, I invested it. Now worth $180,000. Not the $950,000 it should have been, but something. My credit's damaged. They took out cards in my name under the conservatorship, fixing that slowly. My reputation needed repair. They told family, friends, everyone I was mentally ill. Some people still believe it. But I'm free. Legally, financially, personally. What I want people to know: conservatorship abuse is real. It's not just celebrities. Regular people get trapped by family members who fake mental illness to access money. Warning signs: family is pushing you to sign documents without reading them. Suggestions you need help when you're functioning fine. Hovering behavior, constant wellness checks. Isolation from friends, other family. Any mention of medical POA or conservatorship without a clear need. What to do: never sign documents without thoroughly reading them. Get an independent legal review before signing anything involving a power of attorney. Request your own medical records annually. See what's actually on file. If you suspect fraud, hire a lawyer immediately. I lost 7 years, $675,000. My autonomy, my reputation. Because I trusted my parents. Because I signed papers without reading. Because I didn't know conservatorship abuse existed. I'm Tessa Harper. My parents fabricated a mental illness, created fake medical records, had me declared incompetent, and stole $675,000 from my trust fund. I discovered it at 25 when I tried to access my inheritance. Fought for 2 years to prove I was sane, to terminate the conservatorship, to prosecute them. They're in prison now, 8 and 10 years. Paying restitution, they'll never finish. Smash subscribe if this opened your eyes about conservatorships. Hit like if you're checking your medical records after watching this. Remember, your mind is yours. Your money is yours. Your autonomy is yours. Nobody, not even family, has the right to take it by lying about your mental health. My parents tried. For 7 years. They failed. I'm free now, fully competent, always was, and I'm using